This is Maximum Lawyer with your host, Tyson Mutrux.
Welcome back to another Saturday episode of the Maximum Lawyer podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 14 types of revenue for law firms. There actually might be more, but I picked 14 that I'm going to go through a little bit just to give you some ideas that you might be able to use in your practices to maybe generate a little bit more revenue, or for some of you, this might be your primary source of revenue. But before I get into all that, I do want to remind everyone that if you have any questions you want me to cover, I would love to hear from you. You can go to maximumlawyer.com/ask and you can upload your questions there. You can upload your videos, or you can text me 314-501-9260. It is Blue Bubble, so it is an iPhone that they go to, so you can submit, videos there. You can send iCloud links if you need to, if that's easier for you to send your video question, or you can send audio, whatever you want to send it to, or whatever form you want to send it in, you can do so. So 314-501-9260. Save it to your phone. You may not have a question right now, but you might have one in the middle of the day and you won't be able to remember that number without going to the show notes. So save it to your phone now. Just, type in, Max Law texting number, something like that. That way you can text if you have a question. 314-501-9260. Okay, so I want to get into this episode. I think it's going to be a fun one. I think it might get some of your creative juices going, and hopefully you can take some actionable ideas away from this episode. I think it's pretty cool. But number one is subscription revenue. That is one that has been talked about fairly recently over the last decade. So obviously you can offer some sort of subscription-based legal plan, whatever that may look like. I'll let you kind of craft up your own, however you want that to be. But you can do some sort of, subscription plan where they pay you every month or even every year, whatever it may be. An example of that might be, a small business pays a monthly fee for maybe employment law advice and contract reviews, whatever it may be. So that is one idea. Number two, obviously service revenue, that's sort of like a given. So I'm not really, it could really be 15, but in this one, I'm going to talk about service and product revenue. So this isn't just, your services. This is actually selling things like legal templates, ebooks, online courses, and these could be to lawyers or non-lawyers. They can go to both. So just kind of try to think outside the box a little bit. So example of that might be some sort of a downloadable estate planning kit, or some sort of course on starting an LLC that you can provide to clients or potential clients. Number three is some sort of implementation or setup revenue. So this would be something like charging for onboarding services, such as setting up trusts or forming some sort of entity for them. So you're not doing the full job; you're doing part of it. An example might be some sort of a flat fee for creating the LLC, including some of the paperwork, but you're not really doing all the filing. I know that this is sort of an odd one, but it is a way. I've seen firms do things similar to that before, where they're doing part of it, not all of it, and they're letting the client sort of take it the rest of the way over the goal line. That's an option for you. Number four is affiliate revenue. That's where you partner with maybe you could partner with a legal tech or some sort of insurance company. I think that some estate planning firms might do something like this when it comes to insurance companies and earning commissions, but you would earn commissions is what it would be. Those of you that have some sort of following on social media, you could definitely do some sort of affiliate revenue there. An example of this might be, recommending a case management tool to clients or to lawyers and earn a percentage of each of the sales. Or let's say that you were an estate planning firm, you could create some sort of software, which I'm going to get into SaaS in a little bit, but you could get with some estate planning service or company that has a software, and for clients or for people that don't hire you, you could get some sort of commission for sending them over to the software that could help them with their estate plan. That's an option. One you might not be thinking about is sponsorship revenue. This is where you could host a seminar or a webinar and invite sponsors. An example of this might be some sort of an estate planning firm where a financial planning firm will sponsor the seminar, so you're getting revenue for that. That could be a really simple way of doing it. I know that many of you have not thought of that, but that is a way of partnering with them where they're getting access to your client list or your potential clients by them sponsoring your event. That's an easy way of doing it. Expansion revenue. So this could be upselling an existing client on another product or service that you have, or expanding into a new city. That's something that could be pretty easy. 7, referral revenue. So referring, cases to people like me. You got a client that, you're handling wills, but they call you about a car crash and you refer them to an injury attorney and you get a percentage of those fees. The vast majority of states, I know that not all states do that, but I know states like Missouri and Illinois do, but I don't think Colorado does, which is pretty unfortunate. Although I think that rule might be changing if I'm remembering that correctly. But that's another way of you potentially getting money. All right, SaaS revenue. I mentioned that earlier. So that's software as a service. You could develop your own legal tech software, have someone develop that, and then sell that, offer that to other attorneys, or you could create your own software and sell it to clients. That's another way of getting money. Recurring revenue. And what I'm talking about here is, there could be a lot of different options with this, but I know that with some workers' compensation cases, and these are the more serious ones where the attorney gets paid until the client passes away. This is a very unique thing. It's going to be hard to kind of apply this across the board, but that's a way of getting some sort of recurring revenue. Number 10, pay per usage revenue. So you're going to charge per activity. I'm going to kind of let you come up with your own ideas as how you would do that. But an example could be clients pay per contract drafted or per a court appearance made. So you could reconfigure things how you're getting paid. So maybe you have a flat fee plus pay per usage revenue. There's lots of different ways you could play with that. Another one is, licensing revenue. So you could license any proprietary language or not language, legal templates or resources that you have out to other law firms. So let's say you have some really good family law tools that you can license out to other firms. That's something you could do to drive some more revenue. Interest revenue. So you could earn interest from things like annuities. So for those of you that, let's say you settle a really big case, either from a referral or from one of your own injury cases, you can then put that money into an annuity and you can gain interest on that and make money off of that. That's, I've heard of several people doing that. That's something that is a way of getting some money off of the money that you make. It's pretty good. Another one is premium revenue. So charging a premium you charge premium fees for more high profile or specialized cases. So you have your regular rate and then you have a premium rate. That's a way of increasing your revenues in a really simple way that that way you can make some more money. And then the last one is either consulting or coaching. And this could apply to other lawyers or this could apply to non-lawyers, either one. So that gives you a lot of options when it comes to coaching or consulting. But all right, I went through this list really fast, so you might have to go back and listen to it again to get some of those, or you can use some sort of AI tool to get a summary of what those are. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I thought this was kind of a fun one because you can kind of get you thinking a little bit about ways of increasing revenues incrementally. But that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Just as a reminder, shoot me a text if you have any questions, 314-501-9260, or if you just want to say hello. I like those as well. Until next time, remember that consistent action is the blueprint that turns your goals into reality. Take care.